So, we just want to go back and talk about, the habits of being successful and being a top producer and stuff that I'm seeing. Obviously, um, we all have to get better and do more if we're going to be successful. Okay. Um, the thing that the thing that we're going to be talking about today is again how to manage our pipeline and things that I'm seeing. Each one of you has strengths and weaknesses. All of you do. Okay. And so, and the biggest thing if you're going to be successful at this is that the adaptation. Okay. Listening and implementing. Do you guys read the Bible? You guys, did you grow up, anyone teach you the Bible when you were growing up? Did you, the Bible? Bible? Everybody? No, not too much? Okay. So, anyway, there's a story in there about Abraham, and he had two sons. Did your parents ever tell you that story? And in there, when they talk about the story is that the father Abraham told the two sons, uh, "Hey, listen, I need you to do something for me. I need you to, take care of something, and go down to the market and go get a sheep and bring it back to me. And here's 2 shillings." Okay, so he gives them both the money, and the one son says, "No, I don't want to do it. I'm not going to do it. I don't want to do that." Okay, and the other son takes the money and says, "Yeah, Dad, I'll do it. No problem. No problem." Okay, and the the son that didn't want to do it, even though he told his dad no, he went and bought the sheep and brought it back. Okay, but the other son took the money and spent it. All right, he told his dad to his face, "I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it." But he took the money and spent it on gambling and lost the money. He didn't listen to the father. So my question to you guys is, who's right in this situation? Which son was the right one? That's my question. Okay, because he carried out the will. So who's the right one? Who's the wrong one? And what do you guys think?
One that got the job done.
Yeah, the one that got it done. Okay, the other one lied to his dad's face and took the money. And the other one, even though he said no, he still carried out the will of his father. So the thing is that there's things here that have to be done in a certain way, and I'm not seeing that done executed at that level. And as a result, we are losing loans, either because your tone's not right, you don't follow up enough, um, you're not following the system and making the calls. So, and you see that what's happening now is there's going to be a large variance in productivity and income um, for you guys. Okay, you see like when the system works, and you guys got to remember, I'm not a fool. Okay, I'm not going to back somebody or invest in someone that can't get my deals in. The reason why Danny and Angelina brought in 20 loans in 10 days because I have a lot of faith in them right now. All right. And so I'm gonna plow as many as I can to them. All right. So if I don't believe that you can do it, or you're something not right the way you're working or the way you're communicating to me, I'm not going to give you a good lead. I promise you that. You're going to be getting dog shit from me. There's something that you're not doing right that I'm telling you to do something, and you're not carrying out the will. Whether you're not calling, whether you keep choking on the phone, or you keep giving me negative responses and not solutions, I'm not going to back that. And I've already told you, everyone here, how you need to fix your mind. And like we talked about last night, Jesus, that you are an actor, just how a Walt Disney character is at Walt Disney. They have to be smiling all day for 12 hours on stage. This is your stage. This is your production. All right. If you're losing my loans and you don't return the people's phone calls, um, then you're not going to get backing from anybody. No, if I'm not going to back you, no one out there is going to back you. All right. So if I'm telling you, hey, listen, you have to make 100 phone calls a day, and I come in here and I see these people haven't been called in 2 or 3 weeks, you're not carrying out the will. Okay? You're not carrying out the will of what's needed. If I said, listen, man, you have to call all these people in the morning and get these docs in, and all you put in here is doesn't want to send docs or still waiting or thinks it's a scam, that doesn't help the situation. So you guys understand what I'm saying? Like I don't care about what the problem is. There's problems every day. I want to know, did you get it fucking done or not? Okay. You telling me that they told you it's a scam, man? We just got told today on Facebook and YouTube it's a scam. We have to. That's part of the job, is overcoming that. You have to deal with it. That's part of the job. Okay. So it happens, and so it's not gonna, you know, and you see that. I mean, some of you guys, you're at different levels here. Some of you are very new, and some of you guys have been here a while. And so, but you should know now how the game works to a certain extent. Regardless, everyone here has been here for at least a month or 2 months, and to a year plus. So it's very simple what we have to do, and if it's executed well, as you can see, for some of you guys, the contracts are pouring in, and some of you guys are struggling, and it's because you're not listening. You're not listening, and you're not implementing. If you're having a hard time, it's because there's something we have to look at and see the mental connections on what we're doing, and then carrying those things out. So, you know, if you have docs in on a customer, we need a decision with them in 24 hours. If you have 40 people that haven't turned docs into you, you haven't given them urgency. You haven't lit a fire on them. Okay. Do you see how when I'm talking to someone, it's the same conversation with the same person every single time, and I can get docs just like that. Okay. It's the same thing all the time. You have to get the person to take action on the phone. You have to give them an irresistible offer. Do you have a pen? That makes it real now. Oh, he said, get this, get this, get this, get this. If you're just saying, hey, go fill out the application, they're never going to do it. You get 10% to do it. If someone said, hey, man, do you want the loan or not? Go fill out the application, man. Nobody's going to do that. Why don't you see how, look at Jeff Bezos, how smart he was when he made Amazon the richest man in the world. Hey, fuck, I'll take your money. Just click this button. Hey, click this fucking button. I'll take your money. Here, just push that button right there. Did he make you go through 10 steps to get a product? So why are you even making them go fill out anything? You need to get your ass and go fill it out, man, for them. You should be running to fill out their paperwork for them. That's your money. You know? They don't need to go, unless it's a 500 credit, or if it's a big loan, you better not be doing that. If I see that, I'm going to go crazy. Nobody's going to do that for you. You need to fill it out for them. Now, if it's a junkie loan and you're trying to see what's going to happen, and I said that you can do that, then that's okay. But if it's a good loan and there's a good chance they're going to get approved, you need to quickly get them to take action and grab it and move fast about it and process it. You cannot allow time to sit on the loan like that. Okay? Remember, time kills deals. All right? Time kills deals. You know, I've gotten 3 messages today that you guys have been trying to get docs in on people for 3 weeks, and 2 of the people were finally connected with today, and they went to another lender. Of course, that's going to happen because you waited too long to get the deal in. All right, they went with another lender, man, because you see, you guys don't understand that what the whole goal of here is to capture the customer. That's the whole goal. That's what if you look at the smartest entrepreneurs, the smartest business people, I just want to get the customer inside my door so he stops going out to the other people. I don't want him to go to the other businesses. As long as he stays in my door, then I'm good. But if he goes, if he's still out there and he hasn't got me his docs, or he's not, I don't have not tied him down, I'm at risk to lose the customer. Okay, you're at risk to lose the customer. All right, so you have to quickly get them in and then tie them down. Okay, don't worry about the loan program, what they told you, any of this bullshit doesn't matter. So I got to get them in here. Let me figure out. I'll figure out a way how to close him or do something with him. But in the end, they'll make sure he's happy. Okay, so if you're out there and you're waiting 2 or 3 weeks to get documents, and you haven't still made contact with the customer, you're at risk. You're going to lose him. Hmm. Why do you think he messaged you to go apply for a house? And then he says he's not interested. Of course he's going to say that. That's the game. Okay, you guys are men. Your girls do that to you all the time. That's the game, man. And you don't understand the game, then you're going to lose. Why is a girl talking to you, but then she's not interested? Of course, that's what they're going to tell you. You know, so you understand? Like I've got like today so much pushback, and that's why I sit out here so you guys can hear what I'm talking to these realtors today. It's unbelievable that you know, they don't think it's a real loan. How is that possible? How'd you do this? How can you do that? And you're hearing what I'm telling them because I want you guys to pick up on it and tell them the same thing. Because if you're choking on those questions, you're going to lose the deals. And you have to get your mind right about it. And so the biggest thing where I'm seeing the weaknesses at is like the hunger and the sense of urgency to go after your money. You know, and you know, there should be no reason why if you have this many loans, why you're not closing 10 deals a month. You know, but I mean, I'm just telling you that if it's done right and you carry out the will, I can make you very rich. But if you're screwing around or you're not sure about what to do, we need to get it fixed. So um, so I want to know what do you from you guys where you're having your challenges or weaknesses or where you need help so we can this is not a bashing session. This is to help to make it better. And I need to see um, where we can help you at in any way we can to make sure that you are successful so you can realize the benefits, you know. And so, do you want me to tell you, or do you want me to what I think it is, or do you guys tell me where you guys think that you need help at? What do you think you need help at right now?
I mean, I guess I would just say, just following up with my clients more often.
Hmm.
That's probably the biggest thing. Just make sure that I don't let a client go too long without speaking with them or sending them an email or something.
Hmm.
Just following up with them more often.
Hmm.
Uh, get more urgency on them to bring things in.
Hmm. Hmm. Yeah, I agree with that. I agree that you know, if we can be very candid with everybody here and talk about um, what I see, you know, yeah, you're very good at overcoming objections, and you know it's coming, and you prepare yourself mentally, probably, that you know that people are going to give you slack, and you're really good about tying down your customers. You haven't had too many customers leave you. Okay. So the biggest area where you need to work on, yes, is follow up with your applications, um, and um, the sense of urgency to get the documents in, and then once you get the documents in, and there's a deal there, even if it's not 100%, but if it's at 80%, to 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 have a sense of urgency to put that into the customer and then quickly get them out to the realtor. So that seeing that whole process through is where that you need to tweak, because a lot of loans are sitting in limbo from app to home search, and it could be for various things. And sometimes those things are critical and they have to be addressed before they can do a home search. But then sometimes they are so minimal that the risk is too high that another lender can grab them. And so, and that is where management needs to know via Asana with notations and communication how to make that decision. Because if you're waiting on a Social Security award letter to issue a pre-approval, you don't need that. Give them a pre-approval letter. If everything else is equal and that's all you're needing, you can give them a pre-approval letter. Now, if they're self-employed and you haven't seen a tax return, yes, you need a tax return. Is that a common sense thing?
Yeah.
Okay, but a fixed income award letter, I don't need that right now to give you a pre-approval letter. I'm worried you're going to go to another lender, or something's going to happen with you because you're all the way in Tallahassee. I'm over here. And you're not with my realtor. You're online all the time. Facebook's coming, Google. I don't know if you're going to go apply somewhere else. So I haven't captured the customer. Do you know that Jeff Bezos and Jack Dorsey, who owns Twitter, when they were interviewed, what they said that they spend the most time thinking about? How to capture a customer. How come these people are billionaires and that's what they think about all day, and you're thinking about where you're going to go on the weekend? But they're just thinking about how can I get the customer. No, you see that because that's the main. You have to get the customer in your door and then lock the door. Okay. And you don't do that until you have their docs and you have rapport with them and they're with your realtor. Okay. Then now I tied him down. He's not going anywhere. So you guys have to really, really understand what I'm telling you, and if you have confusion and why I'm telling you that you have to move quickly, because that's how you can get 20 contracts. And the loans are there all over the place. The people want to buy a house, man. But if you're just lackadaisical, you go real slow, you want to take it easy, man, or you have a bad attitude, or you're negative, then, or the other thing is that what I'm seeing with some people, yeah, some of you guys are newer, but it's like the organizational skills. Like when I'm saying, hey, go call these people, that I'm telling you, go call them. Don't go do something else. Just listen to what I'm telling you. I know. I'm not telling you something I don't know. I'm telling you, be happy, be cheerful, and go call these people and get the loan in, and we'll figure it out. So, but if you stop calling them, then yeah, you're gonna lose them, and then I can't back you. I can't invest in you anymore. Because you didn't manage my assets right. And I mean, don't you think that I'm looking at that? I'm seeing that. Hey, I gave you all these people, and now if you're just wanting like slam dunks, like shoe-ins, that's not going to happen like that. If it takes me 100 leads to have you close 2 loans, those are bad ratios. Okay, you can close out of if you have 50 people here, you should be able to close 20, 30 loans out of that. So, so I just want to make sure that we're on the same page, that you have to call these people, and you have to put urgency in them and scarcity, but also be in the best attitude that you can. Don't be negative. Try to never say no to a customer. That's a bad word to say. Saying no to a customer is a bad thing. Try to come up with a different way. Say how can I do it? Yes, it's possible. Let me see what we can do. But you always try to always figure out how to make it work. They want a lower payment. Hey, no problem. We get you a lower payment. You just need to put 3% down. Absolutely. Yeah, Elmer. Of course we can do that for you, sir. Just put 3% down. Now that's different than you say, no, 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 you can't get that payment. Your credit's not good. You can't talk to people like that. They're not gonna go with you. They're not gonna be with you, and you're giving them that type of talking, you know. And so you give them the options. Um, so now, like the Richard, for example, you're newer, but you got to make your calls, bro. You know, you got to blow this thing up, man. You got to get through these, and you got to call the people, and you got to and then once you get docs in, you pull credit. We got to quickly make a decision. Are we doing credit repair? Are we doing pre-approval? But we don't want to have loans in limbo. You know, if they have a credit repair issue, then we have to make a decision. Are we doing a credit action plan, or are we sending them off to credit repair? And some people will need that. Some people will need to go to credit repair, and some people will have to. They can get pre-approved right now. If you're having a hard time struggling, people turn in documents into you, then you're going to have to explain to them, hey, listen, these programs run out of money, and you're going to lose access to this grant. Then you're not going to be able to get the home. You barely have any money as it is, and then you don't even have your grant now to buy the house, or what you just seen in the last 6 weeks, interest rates have gone up over 1%. So now your payment went from 1,000 a month to 1,200 a month. Let's not let that happen to you. Let's get your paperwork in. Let's get you into your home. You know, that's you're gonna have to explain that well, I don't want you to miss out on this. If someone says, hey, you're a scam, when you're talking to them on the phone, say, sir, I understand what you're saying, and I do that same thing too whenever I'm buying something. Are you on the internet right now? Okay, here. Go to the NMLS website and type in Angelo Christian's license number, 156333. And while you're there, I'm going to send you the link to the Better Business Bureau that says A+ rating right there. Okay? And then also, sir, while you're here, while you're on the YouTube page, and you're going to see all these people that we've helped, these are all real customers that we've helped close their loans. Okay, look at all this. So how can a scam do that? So these people are not going to come on national television and say that we ripped them off. Okay. $10,000 down. So, do you feel better now, sir? Is there anything else I can help you with? Now, if you don't do that and you're like, oh, well, let me look into it. Yeah, let me check and see. You lost it, man. You lost the deal. So you have to anticipate. What I'm trying to tell you guys is that you have to anticipate hostility. You have to anticipate objections. If you're not getting the objections, then there could be a problem. Okay, like DeAndre was trying to get this lady this Felton loan to move forward with the deal, and she was previously denied by another lender. So that's what we were told, but she wouldn't pay down the account. She wouldn't get her stuff in, and we found out that she was actually kind of still working with that lender because they had her earnest money, and they hadn't released it. So, but she dragged it out for a week or two and wouldn't move forward with the loan because she was worried about losing her earnest money with the other lender. So she was still kind of tied in with them. And she never told DeAndre that, right? Until DeAndre kept pressing. But until you keep pressing on that, you're not going to be able to get to the real objection. And then we finally did, and so and you have to ask tough questions sometimes. To the customer. Sometimes you have to ask them tough questions, but don't you don't get emotionally aroused by it. They're going to get emotionally aroused by it, but not you. Okay. So, but if you don't have that conversation with them, then you're about payment, about cash to close, about like this guy today came in. He wanted to work with. You heard I was talking. He wanted to work with his own realtor.
I didn't hear him.
Okay. No, the guy came in.
Mhm.
Okay. And then what did he say at the end? Give me the number. Give me the number to your realtor. You see how that's how you turn things around. You see how we did that? He talked about his mother, his grandmother's a realtor, or his uncle, whatever. And at the end of it, it's, hey man, I'm going with your realtor. So, and I'm not special. I didn't do anything magical, but you have to. What I'm trying to tell you is that whatever comes at you, you have to be able to utilize it to your advantage and then turn it around. Okay, they're going to give you that all. I know they have a realtor. I know, but you guys know what's going to happen if they fucking get that deal. It's fucked up. If the uncle gets the deal, it's fucked up because then he's gonna say, "Well, hey, Jesus, you're charging 5.6, you need 6% concessions. What the fuck are you doing over here, man?" And you don't. Why do you want to put yourself in that situation, right? So, just listen. Just the loan's gonna stay with my realtor because you want 0 down, right? Oh, okay, you want to put 7,000 down and go through. Otherwise, unless your realtor understands the program, then there's no point for them to do it. So you have to explain to them, um, you know, and it takes knowledge. You have to have this knowledge in your head, um, on how to explain it to them, and the knowledge is there for you, but you have to learn it and you have to implement it. So, but the bottom line here is that, the biggest thing I'm seeing, I can help to all your dreams, everything you want, the cars, the house, the life is right here in these loans, but you have to get them converted. And there's certain ways you have to follow these fundamentals to get the deals converted. It's you're on the phone all day following up people. You're going to be on the phone all day talking to people, and you're going to be dealing with objections. That's how it is. Okay. So, but you have to do a lot of follow up, and you're not going to be stuck on one lead, uh, all day. You're going to have to burn through as much as you can to find the golden nuggets. And if you guys can convert those loans and get them closed, um, then we'll back you as much as we can. You know. But if you can't do that, then I mean I can't back you, man. I can't help you if you can't help the company. So what do you think, Elmer? You've been here for over a year. What do you think about what I'm talking about?
Yeah, you're right.
Well, I know. I mean, I know what you're saying. I'm right, but do you? There's some of the people that are here that are newer. Um, where do you think that there could be some confusion?
Mm, not necessarily confusion, but maybe just lack of experience.
Okay. All right. So everyone knows when they come in the morning that, again, they call their new applications first. They're going to call their new leads, their new applications, and that's uninterrupted calling. So if you have new apps in here, you're going to call them. You're going to do your intro call. Let them know that they quickly need to get their paperwork into you. That time is of the essence. They could miss out on their pre-approval. They could miss out on their home. But we're here. We're eager to get it done for you right away and move on to the next lead call again. This is coming at you. This is coming at you. A whole bunch of notifications. Forget about all that. I don't care. I'm staying right here until this is done. I'm not looking at this, not looking at that, not looking at this. I want to do this whole stack. Okay. now, now I got through the stack. Okay, let me see. He texted me now. Look at this. These numbers called me. Okay, these people called me. Um, okay, he had these 6 missed calls. Now I'm gonna go check that stuff. Okay, this is not what you do when you come to work. I make my one phone call. Then okay, I got out of this. No, he sent me an email. Let me see the emails. Okay, now I'm gonna go over here and let me see what Prisciliano's doing with my loan. Okay, Angelo said to go do this. Oh, I saw a missed call. Now you lost control of the day. And before you know, it's time to go home at 6 o'clock, and you didn't gain anything, no gain. And then Angelo says, "Well, how come you didn't make these calls? That's where the money was."
So
And he
to
said,
get it straight, because I tried doing that, but then I get distracted. So just
Yeah.
ignore everything else and just focus on
"Yeah,
that.
you have to until you can get good enough to where you can manage multiple things. You got about at least a year before you can do 4 or 5 like that. Okay." So you can. That's going to be because then you're going to say the wrong thing or do the wrong thing to somebody. So some people I can do that, but that's because I've been doing this for years and I kind of know what um, to do on that part. So that's going to take a long time to learn that. But the thing that yes, if you have to focus in on what's most important first, and that's calling on the phone. And the reason why that you're seeing Angelina and Danny do what they're doing, or what Elmer did last month, is because they have yes experience, but they're doing these things. Okay, so um, they're on the phone all day and and getting the deals in, calling the people, following up. They're not 30 minutes on the phone with one person. Get this one, go, boom, go to the next one, boom, go to the next one, boom, go to the next one, boom, boom, boom. And then before you know it, you got 100 loans. But so you see what I'm saying? Like you're not, but you have to stay on top of it. Okay, if you stop calling these people, um, then yeah, they're gonna die. You're gonna lose them. They're gonna go somewhere else. You know. So, and the other thing is that when you're talking to them, it has to be compelling. When you talk to them, what are you telling them? Irresistible offer, urgency. These are the mental biases that play on the mind. Make it irresistible, be in a good tone, good happy attitude, and urgency. Okay. So if you can do that, man, you can get in a ton of business. So, but you got to call through, and then yeah, after 5, like I told you guys last week, if you call them 6 times, and nothing's happened, yeah, then let them go. Okay, you don't have to call 10 times or 12 times. Call them 6 times or follow up. Um, but and then the other thing is that like I was saying about organized, you guys got to get organized, man. Okay, do it at night at your house before you go to bed. Spend 20 minutes cleaning up your Asana. It'll pay off in the long run because if you got stuff all mixed in here that's no longer app docs in, um, then this whole thing's just going to be a big mess. Okay, so the takeaways here, the bottom line is, that we need to all as a group get better and focus, and calling through your new applications first, having a sense of urgency, and then very aggressive follow up. Do not let loans sit in limbo, from the time that you make the call, the initial call, to getting docs in. We have to quickly get those documents in, pull the credit, and get the income, and then quickly get them decision and get them moving through the system with a realtor. I'm telling you, if you do that, your pipeline's gonna blow up. Okay. So, and I know that, and then some of you guys, I noticed pretty much no one here has written anything down, so that's already scary. Number one. So that tells me that you're either defensive, or you're not sure. You're not sure about what I'm talking about. So you see that? How I can tell? That's because I've been training people so long. Everyone has their arms like that, and they haven't written anything down. That to me means that you're inside, subconsciously inside of you, that you're not sure about something's not right. That you don't understand what I'm talking about, or you don't agree with it, or there's something that it's not making sense to you. See? So we can't keep doing this like this. It has to change today. I'm not going to let this happen anymore where I shouldn't be having to stay on you about loans. Okay? I'm here as your coach, but I'm not your babysitter. All right? So I'm here to help you. But I can't make sure did you call the person back. All right? I can't do that, man. You guys get paid too much money, and and there's too much happening, and there's too much going on for me to manage to make sure you're returning people's phone calls and make sure stuff's getting done. So I want to know if anyone has any confusion or any disconnect. Where is that at? Is it? Huh? Well, no, I want to know if anyone what do you have to? Who has to say something? Because it's not going to get better unless we get it out on the table.
So, I mean, if we do it like you said, just focus on that, ignore everything else. The morning.
Well, you're gonna get to those things.
No, I know, but I'm saying like ignore it in the morning, and then you'll get to it in the afternoon.
Yeah.
Then like that, it's possible because that's the reason why I was struggling was because you start making calls, and then you keep getting calls, realtors, borrowers, emails.
Yeah.
Everybody wants something. So.
Okay. That's a good thing you brought up. See, that's a good point you brought it up. So that's why you see, like, when you're getting those calls, let me see, what is the call? Is that a 500 credit, or is that someone going on a contract? 500 credit, go over there, and let me get to the contract. Okay, you stay over there. I'll get to you later, man. You're going on a contract. I'm going to talk to you right now. Okay. But the people that haven't been called, and I see it was an application, and now 2-3 days go by, it's out of their mind, or they went somewhere else, and they're not going to answer the phone. Maybe some of them, a small percentage, but speed is the number one thing in the beginning. Capturing the customer. Right? I mean, see, it's like you captured your girl, you captured your girl. If you didn't do that, they'd still be out there. They'd be on the market, right? Another guy can come get them. But now you got them. You got your wife. If you didn't have her, then she'd be out in the market, right? So, see, and then another guy's going to come. You guys don't understand? Like, another guy sees a girl, he's going to come get her, man. But he sees that she's tied down. Okay, back off. So for the most part, some guys will still try to do stuff, but I'm trying to make an example, a parallel, because this is a fundamental thing. It's not like what I'm talking about is not it's something you guys already know. I'm trying to show you already did this already in your life. So we have to get the customer inside this office and then not let them out quickly. You see? And once they're tied down, then I know that, we have a chance to get them, to close them. So you have to how do you do that? You have to quickly, when these leads are assigned to you, quickly call them right away and get them in, get their paperwork in, get them to take actions, get them to write stuff down. Nobody's going to go and fill out an application. Here, go email it and go fill it out. Now you can do that if it's a 30% shot or 40% shot, right? But if you have an 80% chance, get this, put their social and put the address. Okay, 700 credit, 680 credit. Okay, you're ready. Give me the paperwork. You're ready to go. You see? So let you guys do that quickly for them. You don't need a full 1003 in the beginning. Let me see what the credit is. Let me see the income. And, you know, now if it's an issue loan, now I want to make sure we're very clear on this. If the loan has problems, they're not going to go anywhere anyway. So, okay. If it's 530, 540 credit, like James Raitano, the bankruptcy, he's not going anywhere to get a house. But there could be a chance you can make him work. But email him at night and say, give me this, you know, or whatever. You're not going to spend your prime time during the day talking to him, right? Because he's in bankruptcy, he's got a 530. But you want to follow up with any of these applications you haven't reached to quickly get them under contract, okay? Get them pre-approved and get them out there with the realtor. That right there, you have got to have such a high sense of urgency to get pre-approved, and then get them with the realtor. You got to move so fast with that, okay? It's not a slow process because you run the risk of them going to another lender or to another realtor. Okay? So yes, you can't be doing emails and texting and all these other messages unless, yes, if it's hot stuff. If it's hot. Now, but the other thing is that you can't spend 30, 40 minutes with that. And if stuff's back there, that has to wait till later. Or see if someone can help you out with that. Okay? Don't try not to go back there too much. You don't want to. You don't let them deal with that. Okay? Try as much as they can. You know, don't get stuck over there on something. Try to stay focused over here, building up your pipeline. All right? And so if you guys understand that, then you're going to get a really, really big pipeline. And you see what's happened in the last month, that a whole avalanche of loans have come in. Okay, so some of you that has not happened because you're not doing it to the certain degree. But some people it did, and because they're executing the system. So I want to see. Hey, Dan, are you there? Is Danny over there?
Yeah.
Hey, can you come here real quick? I'm trying to pinpoint something real quick here, and because you've built up your pipeline quickly, and Elmer, you've gotten your pipeline going. Trying to help to see where there could be issues, why some LOs are having an issue building up their pipeline, and why some aren't. And what would you guys say?
What would you say, Danny?
It's going to be different per person. I mean, I don't know what everybody's strengths and weaknesses are. What are some of the things you guys are struggling with, personally, with converting these deals?
I can tell you from a management standpoint, it's either follow up, getting the docs in, lighting a fire. The process from app assignment to realtor connection, there's a lot of they're getting stuck over there, or they're not following up enough. Like for example, we talked about last night. Jonathan Bray was a customer of his. He dispositioned assigned, went to a local lender, doesn't want to be with me. So I said, here, Danny, you go try it. So Danny got the deal. Now the guy's under contract with us. So, and I'm not saying this to make fun. It's to learn what's the lesson. What was the lesson? And what did you say about Jonathan?
He needed confidence. He needed somebody to give him the confidence to move forward. He needed somebody to light the fire. And that was with him and his wife both. In fact, his wife was a decision maker. And talking to Jonathan, he wasn't. And I found that out very quickly, was that he wasn't the ultimate, sayer of whether or not to move forward. So I had to get his wife on the phone as well and talk to her.
Did you ever do that?
I spoke to the wife.
Okay.
I only spoke to the wife.
Okay. So the wife
She
was the
was
decision
looking,
maker.
but, eventually just persistence, and keeping them on the phone, keeping them, hey, we can do this, we can do this.
All right. So you had to change your tone, your pitch. This is the whole thing. It's all about understanding psychology on a human being. Okay. So you have to prepare yourself to be confident when you talk to them. Right? You see, so that he had to change his presentation in such a way with his tone and his voice. Yes, we can get it done. I'll get this loan for you. I'll make it happen. I'll deliver on this. You've been pre-approved. You're ready to go. Let's make it happen. I'm the best. You see, we're the best company to work with. There's no one else you need to be with. See, your change, you have to shift into that, modulate to that type of framework of thinking to have the customer, because they can't see you. So it's just how you come off on the tone of voice.
That local vendor thing was a lie. It was a big lie. They didn't have anybody else to do it. They just didn't think they could move forward.
Yeah, I didn't even know about
And,
that. She just didn't want to send it her dog.
Yeah, and that's the thing about getting the true objections out, because when they tell you no at first, it's not whatever they tell you the first reason, it's probably not the real objection. And you need to dig deeper and find out why really they don't want to move forward. And you won't do that until you ask the right questions. It's really about digging deeper, being the investigator. But once you find that out, then you can pinpoint and really attack them, and really work the deal.
Yeah, I mean that's just an example. The point is that yes, it's you're going to have people that are going to give you objections. You're going to have to learn how to overcome them, but you have to be in the right state of mind. Okay, and you have to be focused. Okay, why are you here? You're here to change your life. Okay, you have dreams, you have aspirations, you have financial goals. I asked you guys 2 weeks ago, what are your goals? Why are you here? Okay, if you're losing deals, you're not going to get your home, dude. Okay, if you're losing loans, you can't have a home. You see, you're gonna lose your house, man, because you didn't get these deals in. So you're gonna have to change the way that you're talking to people and what you're doing, because you remember you want to be in alignment with what your goals are. So, and the thing is that having a sense of urgency, following up, being aggressive, and believing in yourself and your products. You offer the best programs in the market. Okay. And the biggest thing, again, where I see is the hunger and having the mindset of leaving no stones unturned. I go back to that. Okay. Like I told Danny today, you got all these loans in, but you still missed some deals, dude. Go back and see what you missed and go fucking get those loans. Because you left some loans on the table. Okay? You still have about 6 or 7 loans in that stack. And you need to go get those loans. Don't be content. Because you know what? You don't know which loans out of this stack is going to fall out or roll over. You can't be content. You have to go back and go get those other loans. They're there. Okay? So you have to have this abundance mindset that I'm going to get as much as I can in. And then from there, you'll close a lot of loans. If you think because you brought 3 loans in that you're good, you're going to make your money for the month, you can't think like that, man. It doesn't. You cannot think like that. It's very dangerous to think like that. Okay? So you have to have, again, go through your applications, quickly get the docs in. I told you, put in there that, hey, I ran credit. I got the docs in. So then you have a time limit. I got to get the docs out. One thing that I can tell you, Danny, you see that with you. You're quickly, as soon as you got docs and income, pre-approval or decision right away. Yeah. Right? You're not waiting a week to make a decision.
I do that night.
Yeah.
I mean, the past couple weekends, I've stayed up, pulled all-nighters just to process applications. Angela knows that I'll be sending emails out at 2, 3 o'clock in the morning just to process these loans. Mm-hmm. So I have to risk my time, whatever. get the deal in. You got a condition, you got a status.
Yeah, and I mean the loan is out there with a realtor right away, and now you've tied them down. Now you've accomplished a huge part of it in tying that customer down. Okay, so you know, Richard, I'm sensing that there's some where are you needing where do you have questions about what we're talking about?
For me,
Like
it's probably,
making the connections.
for me, it's probably processing quicker is where I need to step it up, and probably just have better communication between where I'm at and where we're at on the process of the loan, and try to make a decision quicker. So we're not sitting on as many loans.
Yeah. So, well, I agree with you on that once you get the documents in, well, being urgent about that with the customer, relaying that urgency to them. Hey, we got to get this in right away, in order so we can, secure these benefits for you. And obviously, you see what's happened right now with interest rates. Some of your customers probably don't even qualify anymore because the rates have gone up so high for the house they want. So, and that could keep happening this year. You could see a 6% 30-year fixed.
Yeah, they're already at 5.8.
Yeah.
Caps.
So, imagine what that does to a debt ratio, especially with tight income. So we need to relay that to people, and explain to them that that there's no benefit to wait. If you wait, the dream of home ownership is just going to get further and further away from you. The only thing that happens when you wait, prices go higher, payments go higher. I mean, I'm just being straight with you. DeAndre's house, he has to pay more for it now. If you would have bought a year ago, payment would be $200 cheaper a month. See? Now, what does that mean? He has to go sell some more loans to cover that payment. So, and we all have to, but that's a true thing though. I'm not saying something that's not true. The rates have gone up. So I'm just telling you that we need to, have an aggressive follow-up, be in a great state of success, great tone with people, quickly get the paperwork in, pull the credit. Let me see, is there a deal there or not? Like you pulled one earlier, it was 516 credit. I said, go do a credit action plan at night. I don't want to spend my time right now doing a credit action plan on you, right? Because you got a 516 credit. But if you had a 580, I might do it right now. Okay? So I got to quickly find these loans right away. You know what I mean? I got to have a sense of urgency. I can't be relaxed about this guy. I'm missing my money, And then let me see after the day, what did I accumulate? Right? And you have to go through those applications, not just the applications you got for today, but the follow-up for the last week, and go call all of them too. Okay? And anticipate and expect hostility and objections. Don't be surprised if someone's giving you hostility, man. That's part of the deal. Okay? You guys are getting that all the time in your personal life too. It's part of life, man. And I didn't create it, but just you're gonna have to learn how to embrace problems because they're gonna come up. But be solution oriented. Don't tell me about this. Don't tell me about the problem. Just tell me how you fixed it, man. Like think about. I've said this to you guys before. When you go out to a restaurant or you go to a hotel and they say, "Hey, Susan, I'm sorry, man. The table that you reserved, we gave it to somebody else." Okay, well, sir, why the fuck are you telling me that? I don't care about that. Can you get me in or not? I'm just saying, right? I mean, it's you telling me that. What does that do for me? How does that? You're here to serve. I'm here to give you money. So can you give me the fucking house or not, man? You see what I'm saying? Like for you to come tell me that the score is 516, man, we know it's 516. But what? So I want your brain to go to the next step. Yes, you gave my table to somebody, but go find me another table. Or otherwise I'm taking my money somewhere else, and that's what's going to happen here. If you don't focus on the solution with them, they're going to take their money and go somewhere else. That's why they're calling you, because they have a messed up situation. That's why they're renting.
If more than a week goes by and you haven't statused that loan or haven't made a decision on it, that deal's pretty much gone. If you live more than about 5 business days.
We had it today. You called someone and they said that they were going with another lender, right? Last time you talked to me, February 3rd. Who was the guy?
Talking about Matt?
Yeah.
Oh, it's because his wife already went through the process of doing everything, and then he filled out something online.
Right, but I know that's what they told you. I know that's what they told you, but I mean, the thing is that a month had already passed. And if we would have got to that from the beginning, you see, that they tell you that just to kind of get off you. It's a red herring. So what customers do, or people, they're going to tell you something to get your money. Oh, she already applied for it. Of course she already applied for it. It's like he just said earlier with Jonathan Bray that they had a local lender. That's a red herring. They're putting that out there for you to get your mind off of it. The main thing is to get the loan. You see, she didn't already apply. Even if she did, it doesn't matter. It's a psychological game, and so it's not really like a real thing. You understand what I'm saying? Like that, they're telling you that, but what he just told you, understand. That's why I want to make sure you guys make these connections in your brain, because if you're not making these connections, then you won't be able to make it happen, to be able to close the deals. So he just told you that if you don't have in 1 week a decision, you have a very high probability to lose the loan. You see, the thing is that I know a lot of you guys are new in sales and communication with people. They're going to tell you something like that. Like I told you earlier with Miss Felton, she kept putting a red herring on DeAndre. Okay. That, oh, I can't pay down the account. Oh, I'm getting my docs in. Oh, this and that. But that's just oh, I don't feel good. I'm sick today. But in the background, she's over here getting a loan with the other lender. You see, that's a red herring. So you understand what I'm saying? You guys have probably done this too in your own life. You told somebody something. Oh, I don't feel good. I'm sick, Angelo, and then you're out there playing video games. So that's what the customers are doing to you. And if you're buying it, then you're a fool. Don't buy it, man. So because what he's saying is 100% correct. You have 1 week. All you have is 1 week when that loan's assigned to you. Now there's still a probability or a chance that some of that can still turn into business. But really it's about 1 week to decision the deal. Okay. And if you do that, we can build up a giant pipeline for you. And all these aspirations and dreams that you guys want, we can turn all that into reality if we truly execute, because that's what it comes down to, is learning and then implementation. You have to execute. So, but that's 100% correct. If you have a very short amount of time to get these loans in and then get them converted. So, and some of you guys, listen, I'm not. I know we're at different levels here. Some of you here have been here a while. Some of you here a shorter time. But the biggest thing is that with where the level that you're at, I want to make sure that me as your coach, that I think that you're at the right pace for for the time that you've been here. And some of you guys, I need more from you. And I've told you that. I've come to you directly and said, hey, I need more from you. At the level that you've been here, I need more. If I've came and told you that, that means that I need you to step it up.
Give me 1 second.
Okay? Y'all want raises? No problem. Bring me the loans. I ain't going to give you a raise unless you bring me loans. That's just pure and simple. Okay? I'm not going to give you more money unless you're bringing me loans. All right? And if I see that you're not returning calls, you're not sending out pre-approval letters on time, and you're not locking deals down, then I can't give you a raise, man. Because now you're not looking after the company. Remember the whole thing, that the trick to life If you want to be wealthy and successful, is you have to add value. Okay? What do we talk about Bob Iger with Disney? He made Disney $7 billion, so they gave him $60 million. Okay? So if you can bring in 10 loans, I'll give you more money. But if you can only bring in one loan to the company, you're not adding value. Don't get this mixed up in your brain that I'm going to take from the company and still get paid. No, it ain't going to work like that. No one's going to do that deal. Your wife wouldn't do that deal with you on DeAndre. If you just want to be married with her and sleep with her and then not bring in everything, not bring the money, she ain't going to do that deal with you, man. My wife would kick me to the curb. Okay? If I'm not bringing the money in and I just want to be with her, ain't no way in hell that deal's going to happen. And you know that. You've been married. So you have to bring in and add that value. And if you do, the sky's the limit for you. Okay? So that's how the world works. I didn't create it, man. But that's the game that we all have to play. That if you add value, and to the degree of your value will be your income. If he closes $2 million in a month, here's your check, sir, for 20 grand. If you close one loan, I can't do that for you. I can't give you 20 grand because you didn't bring the value. You see, it doesn't matter what position, whether you're in video or graphics or executive assistant or a loan officer. It's all about the value add at the end of the day. How much value did you bring in? And so I can give you as much as I can and back you. So I just want you guys to know I'm here to help you. I'm never here to break someone down, and I want to help to build you up. And this is where I'm seeing the weaknesses at. And if we fix this, then the sky's the limit for you. You know. And again, it goes down to these things right here. If we fix these areas, then we're rock solid. That's aggressive follow-up, quickly decisioning loans. Let's get them out quickly out to a realtor, and then let's stay on top of that business. As soon as they're pre-approved, check in with them. Hey, where we're at. I'll go over the payments, the cash to close. Have a good attitude, stay calm, and you'll just start to see all the contracts start pouring in. Score, and then I'll take a look at it and see if I can do something quickly. And if not, then they're going to credit repair. Okay. Like that dude last night, that veteran guy with 480. There's no way to quickly get him up. Right? So I said, stop working on this, man. Because you have to go on to the next deal. Because, see, when you're working on him, you didn't call those other apps. See, that's opportunity cost. And one of those apps was a 700 credit symbol. And they were ready to go right now. Okay? But then what happened was, because you didn't call him and 2 days passed, he went to this lender over here now. You see how scary that is? Yeah. So you're over here, let me see how I'm going to get this 480. And then you didn't call this list. And then these people went over here and got a loan somewhere else. So yeah, I mean, if it's usually what I do, I look at the income. If I see high income, like 70K higher, or even like 50K, 50, 70K, and they have like a 550, I'll play with that. 550 and 50 to 70K in income, I'll put a little time on it. So let's make that as a standard. 50K income, 550 score. If it's 520 and 1400 income, just move that out of the way right now.
Yeah.
Okay. I can't. This lady today earlier, I couldn't talk to her anymore, man. I was done. $1,400 a month income, on a 1% USDA rate. Get out. So I don't know what you're talking about, man. So, and $70,000 in student loan debt. Okay, we're not. There's no. You keep asking me questions, man. Here, I'm just going to send you to the USDA because I can't. Do you have a cosigner? No. Okay, then here's the number to the USDA. I'm not giving you my time like that, 30 minutes. What you're talking about don't make sense for my product. Okay? So, but that's to answer that question. Is that clear with everyone here?
Yeah.
Okay. And like I said earlier, don't be don't be sitting on a loan not to issue a pre-approval. If they're getting fixed income or they're a salary, you have enough information to make a decision on a loan. The guy earlier, he was self-employed. We couldn't give him a pre-approval on the spot because we need his 2016 return, right?
Yeah.
We got to average that income because he may be way less than 2016. Right, so I can't give you a pre-approval. Yeah, that looks good for 150, but I have to see that income first. So, but if it's something like basic, like paying down or a $70 credit card for a credit rescore, that's a very easy thing. I don't want to tie the loan up for that.
What about when it's an extensive credit?
Yeah, if it's extensive, man, yeah. If it's
5,000, 3,000.
yeah, probably you have to let them do that. Probably have, if it's because that's a lot of money to a lot of people. And so probably a big plan like that, yeah, they can't go house shopping. You can send them Zillow pictures, because you have to get them. You have to get people motivated, right? So you can send him some pictures, some houses or something like that. But no, you can do a pre-qualification like someone has a $300 credit action plan, 500, 800, and they already have a decent score. If it's like a 540 score and they need $6,000, they can't get a pre-approval right now. If it's like a 580 score and they have it's like $2,000, that's kind of like probably the cutoff. Or you could probably pre-qual somebody.
Always on the first phone call with them, even though you may not collect bank statements up front, I used to, now I don't because it's generally a hassle trying to get those in and get it the right way the first time. See how much money they have in liquid assets, 401k, bank, the checking, savings. Does this person have any funds? If they're at complete zero, then it gets a little bit tougher because then you'll end up with loans that a contract will come in, but they can't pay for appraisal. They can't pay for earnest money, and now you'll be stuck. So you want to try to get a client that has at least some funds or some access to funds, or it has set a plan with them that hey, if you don't have the funds right now, can you at least save up X amount of money per paycheck and get this amount? I generally like if they have $1,500 to $2,000, perfect. I can make that work. But if they're at zero and they have low income and they need credit repair, that's not a good deal. You generally want to stay away from that.
So if they have, like you said, a 550, even if you can get a score to like 620 just doing some small stuff, if they don't really have any reserves, like 1,500, 2,000,
what do you think? Reserves for paying the accounts
like
or reserves for the
like,
DU?
No, just money.
Okay.
Liquid assets.
Okay.
Like I have one in contract right now.
Okay.
She's in credit repair, so she's at a 600 right now. We're gonna get her to a 620.
Okay.
But she doesn't even have money for the appraisal.
Okay, is she gonna get the money?
That's what we're gonna find out. But she doesn't have money to pay for it right now.
Okay. Okay, so she has a 600 and she's under contract. Now, did you know initially that she didn't have the money?
No, I didn't.
Okay. So that's what he's saying, that we want to know, do they have the money, and kind of know gauge where the customer's at. So let's say that you asked her, hey, do you have the money for the appraisal? She says no, but she sees a house that she wants, but she says, but Jesus, I can get the money on my next paycheck. Is that okay? Yes, it's okay, but now I need to do a 45, 60-day closing. For example, I have a contract with Angelina. The lady was paying off a charge-off, a collection. She had to pay it off to qualify. She paid it off, but then we need to update her score. So I told Katya, give me a 60-day closing. So we got a 60-day closing because I can see I need that much time to do this. So we hashed out all that with the customer up front before they went under contract, so it wasn't a surprise, and they didn't do a 30-day close. We did a 60-day closing because we needed more time. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So try to have that conversation with them and say, well, like for example, let's say it is a little bit more extensive credit action plan, but they have the money, but you know what? It's going to take time. Give me 60 days for closing, so I can work through it all with them. If they want to buy a house right now they like, okay, then I know I can get time for the down payment, time for the funds. You can't do a 30-day closing because you're not there. You see? So it just depends on the situation of what's going on with that deal, and you can come and ask me, or you can come and check with somebody to see, you know, because she'll get, most likely, you can get her to pay for the appraisal.
Yes.
But yeah,
Pay for it.
yeah, but you just probably need more time. But that isn't. Here's the thing that I want. This is what I want to stress to you guys, because so in the end, when they close on their house and they get into their home, that's all that matters, right? So if somebody tells you, well, this person shouldn't be buying a house right now, that's not true. Okay? Because they ended up getting the money for the appraisal. It may need a little bit more time, and you get that time, you know, from the realtor, from the seller, right? But that's the house that they wanted. So,
Oh no!
you can't say that that they shouldn't have bought a house at this time. That's not true. Now, if they didn't know about the appraisal and you never told them about it, and you told them that it was free or something that wasn't true, then that's a different thing. But in this case, they'll get the money. Hey, you don't have the money? No problem. When are you going to get the money? Next week? Okay. Can you get it from your brother? Can you get it from your payroll? You see? So, anyway, we got to get back to what we're doing, guys. I hope this was a good meeting. Let's save this and put this out on training. And does anyone have any last questions, comments? DeAndre, Elmer, Richard, anything? You guys are?
Yeah, I did have a. Well, it's more of a concern.
Okay.
Just with the loans when we're sending them back. Once we get the contract in, and it takes like a week or so to get touched. So.
Is Josh here?
He stepped out real quick.
Okay. That's a good thing. You just brought that up. Hold on a second.
Well, what's the reason it's taken a week for it to get touched?
Well, to my knowledge, it's just there's so many loans, so many contracts back there.
Is the file a clean file?
I mean, well, that's the thing.
Hold on, guys. Hold on.
There he is.
Hey, Josh, hold on. He has a question for you. Okay, what did you just say?
So I was
You
saying.
said you had a concern?
Yeah, I had a concern with whenever we send a contract to the bank, and it's taking like a week or something just to get like initiated. I was asking, you know, is there something that we can do better? Maybe instead of just trying to send as many contracts as we can, make sure that it's structured well. That way that the people in the bank don't have, you know, like some loans that are like the one I have, she can't even pay for the appraisal, so that tied up. Somebody owes this contract that needed to be touched that might have been already set, good to go, you know. And if we have like a bunch of those, or maybe like not a bunch, but if we have 3-4 of those back there, that's tying up the loan officer assistance time, whereas maybe like Elmer has another one over there, you know, that's good to go, but it still hasn't been touched because he's dealing with the ones that are like that.
I'll tell you this much, just from my experience. My loans, they don't take more than a couple days to get touched. And the reason for that is I send out the rapid close checklist. The majority of the documentation is there when I send it to the LOA. And then on top of that, the deals are structured to the best of my knowledge where it makes sense. I wouldn't send something back there that is not ready, or at least we can't do something about it immediately. If you send something back there like that, it's going to clog up the pipeline. And we've been through cycles of that before, to where I've learned now that, you know, my job as a loan officer, I have to do that up front. And even though it might take extra time, it's better for the processing pipeline. So.
Yeah, Dan did pretty good. But yeah, if the more contracts you turn in with issues, the more clogged that's going to get, and the worse turn times you're going to see. Same thing if it's underwriting. So if processors are sending in incomplete files underwriting, where an underwriter doesn't have enough information to make a decision, they could spend a few hours on a file and say, you know, I can't really, I need some more stuff, I need more information. So I have to stop what I'm doing, come back to this file later, maybe in another couple of days when you get the rest of the documents that we need, and when you send them in, then I have to go back and redo everything again because I don't remember where I was at. I've touched 20 other files since then. So the start and stop process, you know, causes a lot of inefficiencies. But the better structured a loan, the more you understand it, then the better odds are that it's going to improve the the flow between loan officer and loan officer assistant and loan officer assistant to processor. But yeah, the number of contracts that are in there right now that have issues or aren't ready in different ways are higher. So then you're going to experience longer turn times, or we're going to experience higher payroll. So to offset that.
Yeah, so that's what I was asking. I was saying that they're not doing their job correct. I'm saying, what can we do? You know, like
So borrowers need to understand they need to pay for an appraisal, and if they don't have the money, then that's obviously a concern that they maybe they're not ready to buy a house. You need to make sure you have that money in the bank account available before you go under contract. You know, that's something that once you go under contract, it needs to happen right away. So if you want to be a pro and you want your deals to close quickly, then you want to make sure your borrowers are able to pay for their appraisals.
Well, the other thing is, though, but that's what we just talked about, though, is that person will get the funds to the appraisal, and maybe they won't close in February, but they're going to close in March. And all that is going to add more business to March.
Yeah.
But instead of, in reality, it hasn't lost a week. It's just that it wasn't ready at the current time. So instead of going at 80 miles an hour, it's going at 30 miles an hour. Okay? So, because, see, the thing is that the way that when someone's buying a house, it's a very emotional thing. And the stimulus is the home. Someone doesn't get stimulated because I'm going to send you my paperwork. Okay? And that isn't the way the brain works. It has to see something. You see, like when I showed you that car last night, you got excited. It changes the way you feel. So they have to have that house in front of them to get them to move. So that house is the stimulation. If they have to, the appraisal takes a little bit longer. It's okay. I don't believe that you say I have to have the money first in my bank account before I can buy a house for appraisal. I think that's wrong.
No, right, yeah. No,
because the thing is that the house is creating the magic, right? So if there's no house, well, I don't care about an appraisal, man. See, so that is it's the lifestyle attached to the house. So even if you have to rope them in, and now you tie the customer to you, to your business, to your company, and he may close, a week later, that's okay, because you still got him into his home, you got him funded, and he just needed to get the money for the appraisal. Now, that's not the same thing like I said earlier, that he says, I have no money, what are you talking about? You never told me about an appraisal, what's all this? That's not what we're talking about. If he says, I just need a little more time, no problem, we'll give you time. So, but what Josh is saying is that person can't go in front of the guy that has the money for the appraisal right now. Because I got to do that one right now then.
How often do you guys talk to your processors?
Well, I'll say like a lot of my deals, whenever I'm sending back to processing or I'm sending them there. I mean, I have some that have assets, things like that, but a lot of them are sold on the zero down. So most people don't have the money where I see, and then when I get them back there, they don't have the money to close. They can't produce bank statements.
Who sold them? Angelo sold them, or you sold them?
Well, I mean, anytime we talk to them, I'll tell them, hey, there's no zero down option available, or if it is zero down, it's points on it, things like that. And I'll let them know as far as down payment wise. Try to say, hey, we're gonna get your closing costs covered, all this thing, get all that situated up front before I get it back there. I mean, it's just some borrowers. I have some that have money, but a lot of them are sold on the zero down, and they come in not thinking literally they don't have to bring money. And I'm like, nah, we have to do this, we have to do this, do this. And I'm like, okay, I'm ready to go, get the contract in. It truly shows.
That kind of, back to my first point that I was making, when you, like today I had a meeting with Maribel today. Maribel processes pretty much all my files. And I told her, hey, these are the loans of priority. This is what I need to get, my stuff that I turn in. Not what her pipeline is, I don't care about any of that. But from the stuff that I submit to her, these are the loans that I need priority on, and the rest, because they have extended close dates, we can work on later. But I need you to test these, this, and first. And now she knows that when she touches my files, the loans are priority, and how quickly to get them through, because those are clean files, good clients, and I want repeat business from that. So it's generally a good idea to talk to your processor about the order or the emergency of the files that you're sending in. As far as the down, zero down, I mean, that's, the majority of ones that come with no money down in their head, I'm able to convert them to FHA, the regular,
Oh, yeah, same. Like, I'll get them to FHA, but when it's time to show the money, like for instance, I have about three in there that's right now don't have the assets.
Yeah.
I sold them on 3.5 down. We got them in. They're like, okay, we can bring the money. We can do this. Just don't have the assets, so they're just kind of sitting there.
Okay, but did you have a plan for the assets? Was that ever?
Yeah, I mean, we talk about it. Like, they'll say, yeah, I plan on either saving it up or, I tell them, okay, if we get a gift, we have to get it up front, things like that. I'll set the expectation as far as what it would be as far as the assets. But I'm just saying that sometimes that's kind of what happens with some of my deals. It's just when they come in, they don't have the money to close, or they can't provide the money, or maybe something was a little bit out of whack that last minute kind of caused their money to go up. So just
so I guess like Danny says, it's good to establish
their assets up front.
Make sure that you know what they're working with. And I know that I guess I'm trying to do that more, but sometimes when I do ask them, do you have anything in savings and that, a lot of times they're like, no, not really. Some people that do have money in savings, like they'll tell you that they have it, but I feel like some people, they'll tell you they don't, and like they might be able to get something or something, but they tell you no, so you're thinking, oh man, they don't have any money.
You got to dig deeper, man. That's the thing. The assets are so crucial, because cash to close is never, until it's finalized with title, we don't know what it is. We have an estimation, but it can go up and down. That's why it's so good. If they have $2 or $3 grand in the bank, then tell them to save that, don't touch it.
Yeah.
And like right now they're getting tax refunds. Don't use your tax refund with anything unless my express permission. If you're gonna go shopping, let me know before you do that, because I need to know what account. Yeah, I've told people that though.
If you're gonna go shopping?
Yeah. I had a lady that wanted to go. It was her birthday coming up, and I was like, no, what? Are you crazy? You want the house or you want a birthday cake? Shit, But it's the mentality behind it, It's because you got to make the deal work.
It was Christmas and they had their kids and stuff.
And remember, I had a deal that came in and the family went to freaking Disney World, used all their down payment funds, and now I'm stuck with a loan that I can't do anything on because they ended up going to Disney World. After that day, I was like, no, I'm keeping a track of their funds.
No, you should have gone to Disney World. Now you don't get a house.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I told them. And I was like, okay.